Hello, everybody. Sorry, getting a late start. Red Sox have a runner at first with one out and an 0-2 count on Turner. On the mound for Baltimore is Bradish. Red Sox lineup is Vertigo, playing right field. Batting second at third, Devers. Batting third at DH is Turner. Batting fourth in left field, Yoshida. Batting fifth at shortstop, Story. Batting sixth in center field, Abreu. Batting seventh at first base is Dahlbeck. And batting eighth at second base is Valdez, and batting ninth is Wong. At catcher as Turner goes down swinging, strike three. So there's two outs with the runner at first for the Red Sox in the top of the first. It's going to be one of those days today. Last day of the season. Last day of the season. Of the regular season. Playoffs start Tuesday. There might be a game tomorrow with the Marlins and the Mets. I haven't heard yet. I think if the Marlins need to play, they'll play. They finish it off. Yoshida, 15 homers, 72 RBIs on the season. There's a ball, 1-1. In the third, 2 balls and a strike. So Vertigo at the plate, 2-1 count, 2 outs, runner at first. Fouls it off. So I imagine you're going to see a few pitchers today from each team. Strikes him out looking. Bottom half of the first, we're scoreless. It's going to be one of those days. I can feel it already. We'll go to bottom half, we're scoreless. And we're going to keep a watch on the scoreboard today. I think I need to put my glasses on because I'm old. And it's hot today. I don't know where you guys are, but it's hot here. Trying to get back over to this. So everybody is settled in that is going to be in the playoffs. Everybody has clinched a playoff spot, but the seating has not been set yet. Okay. Trying to So here's a breakdown. Here's a look at the key tiebreakers snowboarding Sunday. And what I'm reading here. So really the big thing that hasn't been settled yet is American League West. No, I'm sorry, American League, yeah. American League West with the Astros and Rangers deciding who's going to win the West. Okay. If the Blue Jays, Astros, Rangers all ended up at the 90 wins, it is not treated as a three-way tie, but rather as two separate two-way ties, with the American League West being settled first. In that scenario, the American League West would go to Houston by virtue of winning the season series against Texas. The Rangers would take the second wild card spot, while the Blue Jays would have the third wild card spot. Texas finished with the better head-to-head record. If the Blue Jays and Astros tie for the second wild card spot, that would go to Toronto, which would claim the number 5 American League playoff seed, while Houston would drop to number 6. The Marlins would win a tiebreaker with the Diamondbacks for the second National League wild card spot, the number 5 seed. Because the Cubs are one game behind the Marlins and D-backs would lose a tiebreaker to either one, Chicago was eliminated from the postseason contention on Saturday. So the Braves have clinched the National League East title. Dodgers have clinched the National League West title, the number 2 seed. Brewers, the Central title, the number 3 seed. Phillies, number 4 seed, the first wild card spot. Diamondbacks, National League wild card spot. They're waiting to see who is seated higher, Diamondbacks or Marlins. Orioles have clinched American League East title. They're the number 1 seed in the American League. Twins, American League Central, they're number 3. Rays, the number 4 American League seed. The Rangers have clinched the playoff berth, so it's up to the Rangers, Blue Jays, who's going to win that division, or Rangers and Astros, excuse me. And Blue Jays have clinched a wild card spot to be determined what number they are at. So the 4 key games today: Marlins at the Pirates, Rays at the Blue Jays, Astros at the Diamondbacks, Rangers at the Mariners. Mariners are out. They fell out last night. So up to the Rangers if they're going to win the American League West or not. They lead the Astros by 1 game. And the Astros have the tiebreaker advantage over Texas. American League wild card, the Astros and Blue Jays both clinched wild card spots Saturday, are tied for the number 2 wild card spot. Toronto holds the tiebreaker over Houston. National League wild card, the Marlins are in the number 2 wild card spot, leading the Diamondbacks by half a game. The Marlins hold the tiebreaker advantage. So we'll see what happens today. It ain't so everybody that's in the playoffs is already clinched the playoff. It's just the seating. There's a few seating spots that had to be arranged today. So what's going on here? So Rushman walks. So runner at first with 1 out for the Orioles. So I'll just kind of going over the playoff scenario a little bit. Like I said, everybody has clinched the playoff spot, but not all the seeds have been set yet. I think Miami still has to finish up a game Monday with the Mets that was suspended. That's what I'm seeing on the schedule. Don't worry, I'm still here, just trying to update something here. Come on, work with me. Deep fly in the right center field. Santander flies out. There's 2 outs as Red Sox almost run into each other in right center field. So Henderson is the leadoff man playing short. Rushman batting second, the DH today. Batting third, Santander just flied out playing right field. Batting fourth, the first baseman O'Hearn, who's up to bat right now. Fly ball into center field. That'll be caught. That'll take us to the second. We're scoreless. Mullins batting fifth in center field. Batting sixth, left fielder Kerstad. Batting seventh is Frazier at second base. Batting eighth at third base, Westberg. Batting ninth, the catcher McCann. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. Bring up the scoreboard. Top of the second, Marlins at Pirates are scoreless. Top of the second, Texas and Seattle are scoreless. Bottom of the first, Tampa Bay is beating Toronto 1-0. Top of the first, Houston is beating Arizona 2-0. So Houston's winning 2-0. They could win the division with the Texas loss. Angels are beating the A's at top of the second 1-0. Top of the second, Twins and Rockies are scoreless. At the end of one, Dodgers and Giants are scoreless. Bottom of the first, Tigers and Guardians are scoreless. Miguel Cabrera's last game as a Tiger. As retires after today. Bottom of the first, White Sox and the Padres are scoreless. Bottom of the first, Yankees and Royals are scoreless. Phillies and Mets are scoreless. Washington's beating Atlanta 3-0 top of the first. Cubs and Milwaukee are scoreless. So Story will lead it off for the Red Sox. He takes a ball. So Story, Abreu, and Delbeck are due up for the Red Sox. There's a strike 1-1. We're scoreless here. 3 homers, 13 RBIs on the year for Story. Ball 2, 2-1. Fouls it off 2-2. So the wild card starts Tuesday. Best of 3 series. So the Orioles have a bye through the wild card, of course. Fouls it off again. Strikes out Story. So right now we're waiting to see if it's Baltimore, Texas with the number 2 seed or Baltimore and Houston. Minnesota's got the 3rd seed, so they'll be playing in the wild card. National League, Atlanta's got the best record overall. National League and American League. The Dodgers are second, so they'll both get a bye through the wild card. And then Milwaukee, the third division winner, they'll play in the wild card games starting Tuesday. So Bree, who comes up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. We're at the top of the second scoreless ball game. Last game of the regular season. The 1-2. Low and inside, 2-2. Brady shot him out for the Orioles. And that's just going to give me help today. So Bell back at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Strikes about. We'll go to the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless. We Mullins, Kirkstadt, and Frazier coming up for the Orioles. Bottom of the second, Marlins and Pirates are still scoreless. Bottom of the second, Texas and Seattle are scoreless. Top of the second, Tampa Bay leads Toronto 1-0. These are all guys that are already in the playoffs. They're just looking to get seeded today. Phillies at the Mets at the end of one are scoreless. Houston is beating up Arizona 4-0 in the middle of the first. Reds are beating St. Louis 1-0. The Reds still have a chance, if I remember right. Coming up for Baltimore will be Mullins, Kirkstadt, and Frazier. Against Houck, the pitcher for Boston. Ball 1 to Mullins. Fouls it off 1-1. 1-1. Ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws him out at first. Nice play at second. Valdez over there at second base for Boston. Makes a nice play, 1-out. That'll bring up Kirkstad. He's hitting 259 with the 805 OPS. Pitch to Kirkstad is swinging and a miss, strike one. Low and in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. We're scoreless in the bottom of the second. Ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 to Kirkstad. We walked him. Okay, they were showing 2-1 on the scoreboard, so you got me. So Frazier comes up. Frazier hitting 241, 699 OPS. Runner at first, 1 out. Strike one. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Fouls it off, stays 0-2. On deck is Westberg. Outside high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. Top of the second, scoreless ball game. Last game of the season, of the regular season, for everybody but the Mets and Miami Marlins. I believe they have to make it up tomorrow, or finish out the suspended game, as you said. Fouls it off again. The 1-2. Two and two, ball 2. Runner at first, 1 out. It's a 2-2. Fly ball in the center field. Going to be caught. There's 2 outs. So Westberg comes up. He's playing third base today, hit 263, 726 OPS. 1 homer, 23 RBIs on the year. I read that right. Internet is There's a strike one on Westburg. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. We'll go to top half of the third. Still scoreless in Baltimore. We Valdez, Wong, and Vertigo coming up for Boston. All right, we'll check the scoreboard as we'll do all day. Top of the third, Marlins and Pirates are scoreless. Top of the third, Texas and Seattle are scoreless. Bottom of the second, Phillies and Mets are scoreless. Top of the second, Tampa Bay's beating Toronto 4-0. Top of the second, Houston is beating Arizona 4-0. Middle of the second, Twins are beating the Rockies 2-0. Bottom of the first, Brewers are beating the Cubs 2-0. Bottom of the first, the Reds are beating the Cardinals 1-0. Other games, Washington's beating Atlanta 4-2. Detroit's beating Cleveland 1-0 in the middle of the second. Kansas City's beating the Yankees 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Columbus is going to be the new pitcher for the Orioles. White Sox and Padres are scoreless after 2. A's and Angels, 1-0 Angels in top of the third. Dodgers at the Giants are scoreless after 3. So Clum comes in for the Orioles. As I said, I think everybody that's already clinched their spot is going to be throwing a bullpen game, which means they're just going to be bringing out everybody. The rest of the Orioles, they got a few days off before they start up. I think it's the division round. I think it's what it's called. First pitch is a strike. So the Orioles and whoever gets the number 2 seed, either Texas or Houston, will get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. I believe that's the way it's set up. I'll triple check that. Because the wild card game starts Tuesday, and I think they play 3 straight. Yep. So Saturday we'll start the division round. So we know half of every wild card game. Here's a ground ball to first. O'Hearn picks it up. Cannot get there in time. Valdez makes it there first. So we know the Rays are going to be playing at home. Phillies are going to be playing at home. Twins are going to be playing at home, and the Brewers are going to be playing at home. We don't know who they're playing yet, and that's for the wild card. So Thursday's the last game of the wild card, and then Saturday starts the division round. We know Orioles, Dodgers, and Braves are all playing at home. We don't know if it's the Rangers or the Astros. So we know half of it. And I believe Monday there's a suspended game needs to be finished up. Marlins are beating the Mets 2-1. So Wong is coming up for the Red Sox now, hitting .237, 680 OPS, runner at first. Nobody out. Columbus a new pitcher for the Orioles, outside and high, 2-0. So there is a lot of little things going on. The seedings are not complete yet. Teams have clinched playoffs, but the seedings, there's a handful of seedings that need to be settled today. Strike 2 on Connor Wong. It's 1-2 now. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. Or did he foul tip it? No, he foul tipped it, I guess. No, he struck him out. Okay, I thought you said he foul tipped it. So strikes him out. And that brings up Devers, who walked his first time up. Fly ball in the right field. There's a base hit. So runners at first and second with one out for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Turner. Mr. Redbeard, he's over 1 today. Struck out his first time up. 277 on the year. Was that Devers or was that? Maybe I got it wrong. Okay, my apologies. Devers is up now. So runners at first and second. So that was Vertigo that got the base hit. Devers walked his first time up. First and second one out. 1-0 count on Devers. There goes the runner down to third, and the throw gets away from the third baseman, and everybody's going to make it up to, and it's 1-0 Boston. Ball got away from Westberg over to third base. He was able to track it down, but not in time as the other runner, Vertigo, was told second at the same time, so he goes to third when the ball got by third base. So runner would be at third, one out, 1 run in for the Red Sox. 2-0 count on Devers. Brown ball to short. Oh, and Henderson boots it. Oh, man. So another run comes in for Boston. It's 2-0 Red Sox. Henderson didn't handle it. So Turner comes in now. He's 0 for 1 today. Just couldn't get it in the glove. There goes Devers down to second. He's safe. The Red Sox come out saying this is the last game of the year for us. We're going to just do whatever we want. Runner at second, 1 out. The shade is just over home plate right now. The pitch. Ground ball foul, 0-2. So 2 errors is sending by the Orioles. High for a ball, 1-2. Low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. 1 out. 2 runs in. Inside. 3-2. Fouls it up. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. There's 2 outs. That brings up Yoshida. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Outside 1-0. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Way outside. 2-1. Plum is on the mound for the Orioles. Fly ball in the center field. Mullins is there. That'll do it. We'll go to bottom half. 2-0 Boston. We'll take a look at the scoreboard. Marlins and Pirates are still scoreless after 3, or in the bottom of the third, excuse me. Texas at Seattle and at the end of 3 are scoreless. Tampa Bay is blowing up Toronto in the bottom of the second. Tampa Bay leads 8-0. Bottom of the second, Houston is beating Arizona 5-0. Milwaukee leads the Cubs 3-0. Washington's beating Atlanta 4-2. Reds are beating St. Louis 1-0. Kansas City's beating the Yankees 2-0. Twins are beating the Rockies 2-0. Tigers are beating the Guardians 2-0. Kansas City's beating the Yankees 2-0. So if Texas loses, Houston could win the division yet, and they're ahead 5-0 right now in the bottom of the second. And Toronto Blue Jays still have a chance in there, and they're getting their butts kicked. So little things going on in the background. McCann will lead it off. Going to catch it today. Ball 2-0 to McCann. Ground ball to third. Over to first. McCann's out. 1 out. Got to bring up Henderson. 0 for 1 today. First pitch is strike. Mr. Splash looks happy today. Is he going to be around for the playoffs? What are they going to do with Mr. Splash? Flap up. Oh, up the middle. Throws out Henderson at first. I thought he was going to be safe. Just a slow hopper over the pitcher's head, and the shortstop come running in. Grabbed it, throws it first. I thought he was safe. Boy, bang, bang play. I don't know. Yeah, he's out. So 2 outs. That brings up Adley Rushman. Walked his first time up. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Hey, Brett. Thanks for stopping by. The 1-0. Ground ball to first. Steps on first. That'll do it. We'll go to the top of the fourth, 2-0. Red Sox. It'll be Story, Abreu, and Dalbeck. Take a look at the scoreboard. Top of the fourth, Miami and Pittsburgh are scoreless. Top of the fourth, Angels are beating the A's 2-0. It's got to be an exciting game there. Top of the fourth, Texas, Seattle are still scoreless. At the end of 3. Oh, what are you doing to me, scoreboard? Top of the fourth, Dodgers and Giants are scoreless. Bottom of the third, Twins and Rockies, 2-0 Twins. Bottom of the third, Phillies and Mets are tied 1-1. Bottom of the third, Padres and White Sox are scoreless. Bottom of the third, what'd you just do to me? Bottom of the third, Royals lead the Yanks 2-0. Top of the third, Houston's beating Arizona 5-0. Tampa Bay's beating Toronto 8-3 now at the end of the two. Washington's beating Atlanta 5-2. Milwaukee's beating the Cubs 3-0. Reds and Cardinals are tied 1-1. So Trevor Wells is coming out to pitch for the Orioles now. Story will lead it off, followed by Abreu and then Delvac. Story 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Lines and foul. Shade is out in front of home plate now. Oh and 2 on Story now. Strike 3. So Abreu would come up. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. The pitch to Abreu is a strike. 0-1. Outside 1-1. And I read today that Felix Bautista is going to have Tommy John surgery. So he's done for the year. There's a ball 2-1. So the hope that we would see Felix Bautista is sadly not going to happen. For a ball 3-1. Outside. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard today. Who's running the scoreboard today? Robert, you up there running that scoreboard or what? We got a 2-1 and they walked twice now on me. So runner at first, 1 out. Dalbec comes up. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Strike 1 to Dalbec. Outside, 1-1. 1 out, runner at first, top of the 4, 2-0 Boston. Strike 2, 1-2. The 1-2. Fouls it off. So with Bautista gone, is Tyler Wells going to go back to the? Is he going to start closing games in the playoffs? or Cano, or who is it going to be? That'll be interesting to see. They're going to have 5 days off coming up. Fly ball in the right field corner. Foul. Stays 1-2. On deck is Valdez. Ground ball to third. Foul ball. All right, so the announcers are talking about it now. They're telling me the same thing, that Batista is going to have Tommy John surgery. The ball gets away from McCann. Runner goes down to second. So might not see Batista next year neither. So 2-2. One out. Runner at second now. The pitch. Strike three. So 2 outs. Runner at second. Valdez comes up. He's 1 for 1 today. Scored a run. Stole the base. First pitch is outside. 1-0. Well, they called that a strike. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one, 2 outs. Runner at second. 2-0 Boston. Low and outside. 2-1. The 2-1. All right, 3-1. On deck is Wong, the catcher. Strike two. 3-2. Wow. Here's the 3-2 now. Foul down the right field line. Fouls it off again. Stays 3-2. Fujinami's warming up in the Orioles bullpen. Fouls it off. Three two again. Swing and miss, strikes him out. Go to bottom half of the fourth, still 2-0 Boston. Coming up, Santander, O'Hearn, and Mullins are due up. All right, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Top of the fifth, Marlins lead the Pirates, Marlins and Pirates are scoreless. Bottom of the fourth, Dodgers and Giants are scoreless. Bottom of the fourth, Angels lead the A's 3-0. Bottom of the fourth, Texas and Seattle are still scoreless. Seattle has the bases loaded with one out, though. Bottom of the fourth, Twins lead the Rockies 2-0. Bottom of the fourth, Phillies and Mets are tied 1-1. Bottom of the fourth, Padres and White Sox are scoreless. Bottom of the fourth, Royals lead the Yankees 3-0. Top of the fourth, Detroit leads the Guardians 3-0. Top of the fourth, Houston is beating Arizona 5-0. At the end of three, Tampa Bay leads Toronto 8-3. Bottom of the third, Washington leads Atlanta 5-2. Bottom of the third, Milwaukee leads the Cubs 3-0. And bottom of the third, Reds lead the Cardinals 2-1. So everybody's waiting to see who wins the American League West. That is the big one that's waiting to be heard. It's either going to be Houston or Texas. Mr. Splash threw out the first pitch today. Oh, okay. All right. Why didn't they have him throw a water ball? I don't understand that. So Santander leads it off. 0 for 2 today. So 0-1 to Santander. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to second. Goes over first, 1 out. So Hearn will come up. He's 0 for 1 today. 290 on the air. Strike 1 to Hearn. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Stays 2-2. Oh no, he struck him out. Sorry. Oh, I thought he foul tipped that. Okay. Strikes him out. So there's 2 outs. Cedric Mullins comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Mullins. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Mullins. Strikes him out. We'll go to the top of the fifth. Still 2-0 Boston. Don't mind the Orioles losing, but they're getting no hit right now. Just saying. Take a look at the scoreboard. At the end of 5, Marlins, Pirates are scoreless. Top of the fifth, Dodgers and Giants are scoreless. Top of the fifth, Seattle's beating Texas now, 1-0. It's interesting. Top of the fifth, Phillies and Mets are tied 1-1. Bottom of the fourth, Angels lead the A's 3-0. Bottom of the fourth, Tigers lead the Guardians 3-1. Bottom of the fourth, Twins lead the Rockies 2-1. And the fourth, Sox and Padres are scoreless. Bottom of the fourth, Kansas City's beating the Yankees 4-0. Middle of the fourth, Tampa Bay's beating Toronto 9-3. Houston's beating Arizona 5-0. Top of the fourth. So Houston's got a good chance right now of winning that division. Milwaukee is beating Chicago Cubs 3-0. Atlanta and Washington are tied 5-5 now, and St. Louis beating the Reds 3-2. Fujinami is the new pitcher for the Orioles. Wong will lead it off, 1 for 2 with the run scored and the strikeout. First pitch to Vertigo, ground ball to short. Henderson has it. Throws him out, 1 out. So Devers comes up. It's 0 for 1. He walked once. They gave him an RBI in the last at bat. Wasn't sure if they were going to get it, and he got it. And that's his 100th RBI of the year. What the heck is going on here? So Verdugo pops it up. 2 outs. So Reyes is going to pinch hit for Devers. Devers got his 100th RBI, and they take him out of the game. Strike one to Reyes. 2 homers, 20 RBIs on the year for Reyes. He hit him. No, inside, 1-1. Tell you, Fujinami better start pitching well, because if not, he's not going to be on the playoff roster. He's had his issues. Inside, 2-1. Strike, 2-2. Inside, 3-2. He walked him. Runner at first with 2 outs. Got to bring up Turner. He's 0 for 2 today. Wow. So I just read about this the other day about Tim Wakefield having cancer. His wife is battling cancer. And now they just announced that Tim Wakefield passed away. All right. Wow. Sorry to hear that. He was so 0-1 on Turner. 2 outs, runner at first. Low and outside, 1-1. There goes the runner. Oh, ball gets away from McCann. Tim Wakefield passed away. I remember him as a pitcher. Knuckleballer. Here's the 1-1, 2 outs, runner at second, 2-0 Boston. Pops it up over by first, going to get out of play, 1-2. Yeah, Tim Wakefield had brain cancer. I just read about it. It was yesterday, the day before. One and two. Ground ball to third. Over to first. We go to the bottom half of the fifth. It's 2-0 Boston. Kirkstaff, Frazier, and Westberg are due up. All right, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Middle of the sixth, Marlins and Pirates are scoreless. Let's get the playoff guys here. Texas, at the end of five, Seattle's beating Texas 1-0. Bottom of five, Phillies and Mets are tied 1-1. Middle of five, LA's beating the Giants. Or no, I'm sorry, they're scoreless. At the end of four, Tampa Bay's beating Toronto 9-3. Top of the fifth, Houston's beating Arizona 5-0. Milwaukee's beating the Cubs 3-0. Atlanta, Washington tied 5-5. Cincinnati's losing to St. Louis 4-2. At the end of five, Seattle's beating Texas 1-0. So right now that's big. Right now that is big. So Kirksat would lead it off. Swing and a miss, strike one. Walked his first time up. No one outside. 1-1. Houck is still pitching for Boston. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball to second. Over to first. There's 1 out. So Frazier comes up 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss. Strike one to Frazier. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouls it off, 1-2. Hey, Rob. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Frazier. Go Orioles. Go Orioles get a hit. How about that? They don't have a hit yet. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Westberg, who's 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. First pitch is fouled off by Westberg. Neil Hall's warming up in the bullpen for the Orioles. Fouls it off 0-2. The 0-2 to Westberg. Fouls it off. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. We'll go to top of the sixth. 2-0 Boston. Orioles still don't have a hit. Get back to the scoreboard. 2-0 Boston here. We go to top of the sixth. Middle of the fourth, Cardinals lead the Reds 4-2. Bottom of the fourth, Atlanta and Washington are tied 5-5. Top of the fifth, Milwaukee's beating the Cubs 3-0. Top of the fifth, Houston is beating Arizona 6-0. Top of the fifth, Tampa Bay is beating Toronto 10-3. Bottom of the fifth, Royals are beating the Yankees 4-0. Bottom of the fifth, Tigers lead the Guardians 3-2. Bottom of the fifth, Angels lead the A's 5-0. Bottom of the fifth, top of the sixth, White Sox and Padres are scoreless. Top of the sixth, Phillies lead the Mets 2-1. Top of the sixth, Twins lead the Rockies 2-1. Top of the sixth, Seattle's beating Texas 1-0. Top of the sixth, LA is beating San Francisco's. LA and San Francisco are scoreless. I was looking at something else. No hitter in that game going for San Francisco. And bottom of the sixth, Pirates and Marlins are scoreless. Of course, we have a no-hitter going here. If we go to the top of the sixth, Orioles are hitless right now. So Dio Hall is the new pitcher for the Orioles. It'll be Yoshida, Story, and Abreu due up. First pitch is fouled off for a strike. There's a ball, 1-1. 1-1 on Yoshida. Base hit in the left field. So runner at first. Nobody out. So Story comes up. He's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. So they got a pinch runner coming out for Yoshida. That'll be Rafaela. So strike the Story. Dale Hall, the new pitcher for the Orioles, of course. Story 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Red Sox lead at 2-0. Fouls it off. 0-2. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Red Sox. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Orioles. Throw over to first. Back in time. First disengagement this at bat. Here's the 0-2. 1-2. Swing and a miss. So that'll bring up Abreu. He's 0 for 1 today. Walk and a strike. Strikeout. 1 out, runner at first. 2-0 Boston here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to the ball. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Low and in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouls it off. 2-2 now. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. He's safe at second. Mateo at shortstop right now. So see if they want to replay on the stolen base. Yeah, he's safe. So 2 outs, runner at second. Downback comes to the plate over 2. He has struck out twice. Downback takes a strike on the first pitch. Fouls it off. All strikes up. All strikes him out. We go to bottom of the 6th. We're scoreless. McCann, Henderson, and Rushman do up. Go back to the scoreboard. Seattle still beat Texas 1-0 at the end of 6. Houston's beating Arizona 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Tampa Bay's blown up Toronto 10-3 at the top of the 6th. Marlins and Pirates are still scoreless at the end of 7. So Houck coming back out for the Red Sox. McCann. Henderson and Rushman are due up for the Orioles. McCann 0 for 1 today. So McCann 0 for 1 today. Houck's pitch count is at 67. First pitch is outside for a ball. Pops it up. Popped by the first baseman, so McCann pops out. That'll bring up Gunnar Henderson 0 for 2 today. First pitch of Henderson is the ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1 on Henderson. John Henderson. Ball 2-1. Gunnar Henderson, is he the rookie of the year this year? Swing and a miss, 2-2. Outside 3-2. Henderson looking to get the Orioles' first hit of the game. Near the bottom of the sixth. Outside, he walked him. So that'll bring up Adley Rushman, who 0 for 1. He walked his first time up. There's a strike, 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One and two. Runner at first, one out. Fouls it off. We're at the bottom of the sixth, 2-0 Boston. Pops it up. Going to get out of play. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. 2 out for the Orioles with the runner at first. That'll bring up Santander, who's 0 for 2 today. Orioles still looking for their first hit. Low for them all. 1-0. 2 runs, 3 hits for Boston. No runs, no hits for the Orioles. Santander drives a base hit in the right center field. That'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs. First hit of the game for the Orioles. So there goes the no-hitter. First and third, 2 outs. Mountcastle's pitch hitting for O'Hearn. Mountcastle 271, 783. Santa Claus is in the stands today. So Mountcastle gets his first at bat today. He'll stand and play first base. Strike on the outside corner. 2 outs, runners at the corners. There you go. Nope. Ball, 1-1. The 1-1 to Mountcastle. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Bernardino's warming up in the Red Sox bullpen. 2 outs, runners at the corners, 1-2 on Mountcastle. Fly ball, foul down the right field line. 2-0 Boston here in the bottom half of the sixth. High for ball, 2-2. Fly ball to right field. Verdugo lost it and then caught it. Oh, almost trapped it. Lost it in that sun. Almost overran it and then backed up and then had to scoop it in his glove right before it hit the ground. We'll go top of the seventh, 2-0. Boston. It would be Valdez, Wong, and Vertigo for the Red Sox. All right. Take a look at the scoreboard. Perez is going to be the new pitcher for the Orioles. See how Perez. Take a look at the big games. Texas losing to Seattle, still at the bottom of the seventh, 1-0 Seattle. Middle of the sixth, Houston's beating Arizona 6-0. Tampa Bay's beating Toronto at bottom of the sixth, 11-4. Marlins are scoreless with the Pirates, bottom of the seventh. So 2-0 Boston here. Perez, new pitcher, D. Valdez, will lead it off. Valdez, Wong, and then Vertigo. Valdez 1 for 2, struck out, scored a run, stole the base. Lefty against lefty. Ball inside 1-0. Mountcastle stays in the game to play first base. Inside 2-0. Low for a ball, 3-0. He walked in my 4 straight. So Wong comes up, he's 0 for 2, struck out once. First pitch Wong is a strike. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. Swing and miss, strikes him out. So 1 out, runner at first. So the pinch hitter for Vertigo is Ref Snyder. 249, 682 OPS on the year. Right-handed batter. And homer 28 RBIs for Ref Snyder. First pitch is did he go around? He did not. Ball 1. Two and 0. Low and inside, 3-0. Ball 4, 4 straight again. 4 straight ball walk. Wow. First and second with 1 out. That'll bring up Reyes. Walked his first time up. First pitch to Reyes. Low for a ball. 1-0. Oh, inside. 2-0. Almost hit him. Chris Hope is coming up to talk to Perez. So 2-0, 1 out, runner at first and second. Reyes at the plate for Boston. Inside, 3-0. Inside, he walked him on 4 straight. McGuire is going to pitch it for Turner now. 270, 675 OPS. Getting some scurrying going on in the bullpen. So lefty against lefty. There's a strike. Base is loaded, 1 out. McGuire has 1 homer, 16 RBIs to shoot. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Low and inside, 1-2. Soft ground ball past the third baseman out in the left field. That'll get a run in. 2 runs will score. 4-0 Boston. So Gunnar Henderson could not handle that one. As it gets under his glove, 4-0 Boston. Their 3rd error of the game for the Orioles. So Rafaela comes to the plate. Came in as a pinch runner, stole the base. So his first and second with 1 out. Orioles' 3rd error of the game. High for a ball. Got to get their heads right. Made the playoffs. You got to stay focused. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes to third. Throw down to third. He's safe. Double steal. Both runners are safe. So runners are at second and third with 1 out. So 1-1. Ground ball, second base, over first. So 2 outs now with set runners at second and third. Story comes up 0 for 3 today, 3 strikeouts. Go for a ball, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Ground ball, base hit, right field. One run will score, makes it 5-0 Boston. That'll bring up Abreu, who's 0 for 2. Walk, got 2 strikeouts. So the first pitch to Abreu, lefty against lefty. Outside, 1-0. Low, inside. 2-0. 2-0. 3 in. Oh, strike. 2-1. Throw over to first for disengagement. Is warming up in the bullpen for the Orioles. Man, what a long game. 2-1. Strike 2, 2-2. Base hit, left field. That'll score another one. It's 6-0 Boston. Runners will be at first and second, still with 2 outs. So Brandon Hyde comes out. See how Perez is done. Cano is coming in. Take a look at the scoreboard here. Bottom of the 8th, Marlins and Pirates are still scoreless. At the end of the 8th, Seattle leads Texas 1-0. Texas about to lose their division. Top of the 8th, Phillies lead the Mets 3-1. Bottom of the 7th, Tigers lead the Guardians 5-2. Miguel Cabrera's last game. His retirement starts tomorrow for a couple days anyway. Bottom of the seventh, Twins lead the Rockies 2-1. Bottom of the seventh, White Sox Padres are scoreless. Bottom of the seventh, Milwaukee leads the Cubs 4-0. Top of the seventh, Dodgers lead the Giants 5-1. Middle of the seventh, Angels are beating the A's 7-1. Top of the seventh, Tampa Bay leads Toronto 11-6. Top of the seventh, Houston's beating Arizona 6-0. Looks like Houston's going to win their division. Middle of the seventh, Atlanta and Washington are tied 5-5. Middle of the seventh, Royals lead the Yankees 5-2. Top of the seventh, Cardinals lead the Reds 4-2. So Cano's the new pitcher for the Orioles. Dahlbeck will face him. He's 0-3 with 2 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 3 strikeouts. He's 0-3 with 3 strikeouts. So Cano comes in to try to put the fire out. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Red Sox. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors for the Orioles. Got to get their head on right. Got to get their head straightened out for over these next 5 days. See if Cano can get this last out. He's going to have to come back out next inning. Got to face 3 batters. All right, first pitch to Dahlbeck. Strike 1. Ooh, nice pitch outside. Strike 2, 0-2. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Orioles got a young club. Got to get their head on straight. Not much playoff experience. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. We'll go to the bottom half of the seventh. They score 4. It's 6-0 Boston. Mullins, Kerstedt, and Mateo are due up. All right. Mullen, Kirkstadt, and Mateo are due up. Bernardino is a new pitcher for the Red Sox. Mullins 0 for 2. He struck out once. What are you talking about, Thomas? So Bernardino is the new pitcher for Boston. We go to the top of the seventh, 6-0 Boston, 6 runs, 5 hits. Orioles, no run, 1 hit, 3 errors. What numbers are you talking about, Thomas? I already talked about Tim Wakefield passing away. That was earlier. So lefty against lefty, Mullins takes the ball inside, 1-0. And I remember Tim Wakefield, knuckleballer, 1-0. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Mullins. Almost hit him, 2-1. I know he died, Brett. Fouls it off, 2-2. Yeah, he had. I just read about the other day. He had brain cancer. His wife has cancer also. Fouls it off again. Yeah. Mullins swings and misses. Yeah, he never told anybody. And what the hell's his name? The pitcher there, pitcher Boston. What the hell is his name? Anyway, he's doing his podcast, and he's good friends with Wakefield. There's a strike to Kerstedt, and he brought it up on his podcast, and Wakefield didn't want him to talk about it, but he did, and said that Wakefield had brain cancer, and his wife has cancer also. So it's strange to hear that he just passed away last night, and just as he brought it up the other day. Yeah, Kurt Schilling. Fly ball. Center field, 2 outs. That'll bring up Mateo. Mateo comes to play for the first time today. Tell you mean he was sacrificed. Ball went to Mateo. Irvin is warming up in the Orioles bullpen. Low for a ball, 2-0. Ball 3-0. Three balls, one strike. Pops it up. Left center field. It's caught. That'll be 1-2-3. We go to the top of the eighth. Still 6-0 Boston. We'll go to the top of the eighth. 6-0 Boston. Coming up be Valdez, Wong, and Ruff Snyder. So Irvin's a new pitcher for Baltimore, left-hander. Valdez will lead it off, 1-for-2, a walk, strikeout. He scored twice. First pitch is inside, 1-0. Valdez leading it off. Lefty against lefty. Ground ball to first. Mountcastle has it, 1-0. So Wong will come up over 3-2 strikeouts. First pitch is fouled off. One ball, one strike. One ball, two strikes, one out, nobody on, 6-0 Boston. Wong is at the plate. Irvin on the mound for the Orioles. Outside, 2-2. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Red Sox. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors for the Orioles today. Lines it. Mountcastle has it. Steps up first, 2 outs. So that'll bring up Ruff Snyder. Walked and scored a run his first time up. Outside, 2-0. Well, Norfolk beat Oklahoma, huh? Or Oklahoma City. Strike, 2-1. Orioles beat the Dodgers in AAA ball. Way outside, 3-1. Fly ball in the center field. Mullins has it. We go to bottom at 8, still 6-0 Boston. We beat the Dodgers in AAA. All right. See if we can check this out. We got Westbrook, McCann, and Henderson 2 up. So Tampa Bay's beating Toronto top of the eighth, 12-7. Because he used to be. Houston in the top of the eighth. Houston's still beating Arizona 8-0. So Texas is losing to Seattle. Texas lost to Seattle 1-0. As John Schreiber is going to be the new pitcher for the Red Sox. So Texas lost to Seattle. Looks like Houston's going to win their division. And the Blue Jays are losing to Tampa Bay. That's going to be interesting. Westberg would lead it off. There's a ball 1-0. That was kind of a weird. Westberg, McCann, and Anderson are due up. Westberg takes ball 2. Oh. So Mark Showalter has announced he's not going to return to the Mets next year. There's a strike, 2-1. Three balls, one strike. Three and one. Strike 2, 3-2. The 3-2. Ground ball. So McCann will be coming up. He's 0 for 2 today. So ball 1 to McCann. Fouls it off, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on, 6-0 Boston here in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, Brett, there you go. They'll be back next year. They got a good club over there. Oh, 2-1 now. Swing and a miss, fouls it off. 2-2. Yeah, Seattle's got a good young team, Brett. They'll be back next year. Low for a ball, 3-2. One out, 3-2. Walked him. So McCann's on first. That'll bring up Gunnar Henderson, who's 0 for 2 with the walk. Thanks, Rob. So Henderson comes up, takes the ball, 1-0, 1 out, runner at first, 6-0 Boston. Ball 1-1. Last game of the year, last game of the season. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Hadley Rushman on deck. Last game of the regular season. 6-0 Boston. Bottom of the eighth. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Henderson. Fouls it off. Gunnar Henderson got most valuable Oriole this year. Got called on the swing, so it strikes him out. Ball gets past the catcher. Runner gets down to second. So it wasn't you, Robert. It was Gunnar Henderson. Sorry. So 2 outs, runner at second. Rushman comes up. 0 for 2 today. Strike one. So Toronto loses. Texas gets number 2 wild card. Fouls it off. 1-2. Rushman, base hit, left field. Let's see if it gets a run in. McCann is coming home, and he'll score, and it's 6-1. So not getting shut out in the last game. Mr. Splash is going crazy. So Santander flies out to left field. That'll do it. 6-1 Boston. We go to top of the ninth. So we'll go to the top of the ninth, 6-1 Boston. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Orioles today. Reyes, McGuire, Rafaela are due up. So Tampa Bay is still beating Toronto 12-8 in the bottom of the eighth. Toronto has 2 outs, runner at third. Houston at the end of eight is beating Arizona 8-1. Texas lost to Seattle 1-0. So it looks like Houston's going to win that division. The Marlins lost to Pittsburgh 3-0. Brewers beat the Cubs 4-0. So things are winding up today. The first pitch to Reyes is a strike. Reyes 0 for 1, 2 walks, a run, stolen base. 6-1 Boston, top of the ninth. Irvin's still pitching for the Orioles. Ground ball to third, foul ball. The 0-2. Ground ball to first base. Mountcastle has it, 1 out. McGuire comes up, he's 0 for 1. Scored a run, has a stolen base. Lefty against lefty. Fouls off the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it off. Taps it back to the pitcher. Irvin throws it over to first, 2 outs. Rafaela comes up, he's 0 for 1 with the stolen base. Outside ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Or 1-1, excuse me. Outside, 2-1. 2-1 on Rafaela. Two balls, two strikes. Strike three looking. That'll go for the top of the ninth. We go to bottom half, 6-1 Boston. Mountcastle, Urias, and Kerstad are due up. take another look. Top of the 10th, Padres and White Sox are scoreless. Top of the 10th. They have nothing to play for, and they're scoreless in the top of the 10th. Last game for the White Sox at their home field there. Bottom of the ninth, Twins in Colorado are tied 2-2. Middle of the ninth, middle of the night, Dodgers lead the Giants 5-2. Top of the ninth, Tampa Bay is beating Toronto 12-8. Houston is beating Arizona 8-1 in top of the ninth. Reds are losing to the Cardinals 4-3 in the middle of the ninth. Washington and Atlanta are tied 7-7 in the top of the eighth. I'm sure Atlanta's happy with that. Pittsburgh is beating the Marlins 3-0. Angels beat the A's 7-3. Tigers beat the Cleveland Guardians 5-2. Mickey's last game as a Tiger. Last game as a player. He'll join the front office start next year. And Seattle beat Texas 1-0. So Texas not going to lead the West. So Mountcastle comes up. Am I right? Nick Robertson is the new pitcher for the Red Sox. Mountcastle 0 for 1 today. Low for ball 1-0 to Mountcastle. One and 0. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside 2-1. Outside 3 balls, 1 strike. Mountcastle, Urias, and then Chris had to do up. 6-1 Boston, bottom of the ninth. Pops it up, out shallow right. Second baseman has it. There's 1 out. So Urias comes up. His first at bat today. 265 on the air. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 4 homers, 42 RBIs for Urias this year. Strike 2. Low for a ball, 1 and 2. Oh, did he hit him? Almost, man. Almost hit him right in the head. Almost hit him in the head on that breaking ball. 2-2. Fouls it off. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. 2 outs. Down to Kirkstadt. He's 0 for 2 today. He walked once. Swing and a miss, strike one on Kirkstadt. Brandon Hyde, American League Manager of the Year this year. What do you think? Got Rookie of the Year, Manager of the Year. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on Kirkstadt. Low for a ball. 2-2. Low, 3-2. So right now they said it's looking like next Saturday when the Orioles open up their playoffs at home, they're either going to be playing Tampa Bay or Texas. The pitch fouls it off. Two and two. Ground ball to first, flips it over to pitcher. They got him. And that'll do it. So the regular season is over. Red Sox win it. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Orioles 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors. Winning pitchers Houck, he goes to 6-10. Colomb takes a loss at 5-3. 101 wins for the Orioles this year. The number 1 seed in the American League. As the fans give them a standing ovation, and players step out of the dugout, tip their hats. Yeah, this was a bad game for the Orioles. I don't know if they didn't have their mind on the game or what was going on. But that's you kind of expected from the young players. They finished it off. And great season for the Orioles this year. 101 wins. The number 1 seed. They get 5 days off. They play again next Saturday. 6 days off, I guess it is. They play again next Saturday at home, starting their playoff routine. Don't know who it is yet. Thank you, Brett, for coming by. Thanks for your support this year on the channel. And thank you, Robert, for your support all year long. Appreciate everybody coming in, stopping by. I appreciate your support. My internet sometimes is not the best, so sometimes it's hard. Like today, it was a little difficult, but I do appreciate everybody. I won't be doing the playoffs because I don't have the equipment to do that. But I do appreciate everybody coming in. And I appreciate everybody coming in today to the last game of the regular season. And it's been a good year for the Orioles. I'm very thankful, very, very happy for that. My Tigers didn't have a good year. They finished second in their division, so that's good. Hopefully they'll have a better year next year. Brett, your Mariners, they're still a young club, going to look good next year. So we'll see y'all. Y'all have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be. Thank you again for supporting the Scotty B Show. We'll see you next time.